Bulletcast for life.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the viewing, the subscription, the stream, the download, the listen. To my left, the returning California Kid Mitchell.
I'm back. I'm not dead. Heard you told people what happened. Can't keep me down for WrestleMania.
We got a lot of sympathy because of your unfortunate incident.
Well,
Series of unfortunate events.
you should see the other guy. As in, literally, if you see the other guy, let me know. I would love to know who it was.
Ha!
I actually...
Call the cops.
Call the cops.
It
If you
was
see the other guy.
It was Repo Man, bro. To my right,
That was my joke.
the Beyonce of the Bullet Cast.
Thank you.
Apparently he's Kelly and I'm the other one. Now we got the Canadian Destroyer Brandon right here. And of course, possibly for the last time, podcasting out of the champions section.
Wow, no confidence.
The reigning, defending, undisputed Bulletcast champion. Ladies and gentlemen, diamonds are forever. And so is the Podfather. I mean, I don't know. I was going to show you guys up today and put on the $1,000 alligators. I was going to do it, but I didn't.
Y'all don't even have $10 alligators.
I was going to do it, but I didn't, you know.
Of course he did. He could have, but he didn't.
My outlet sneakers are more expensive than yours.
I was going to get my Ric Flair 88 on.
Shit.
The heelness going. But all right, let's jump into this performance-enhancing audio. Outside of the ring, real quick, Cody Rhodes buries Disco Inferno on Twitter. So, Disco Inferno,
Burns him alive.
I know, he's one of the many old guys from that past generation who doesn't like the way things are done. And Cody just said, hey, man, you weren't a draw then, you couldn't be a draw now. Basically just killing him, saying you were riding the coattails of the guys you were in the ring with.
I mean, I don't know much about Disco Inferno, so I guess that says something.
He runs a hell of a strip club.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
you like Fandango?
Yeah.
Disco Inferno like 20 years ago.
He's the OG Fandango.
Yeah.
But without the fashion police.
Yeah, he was basically created based off a character John Travolta played in a movie.
Okay.
Whatever movie that was.
Boogie Nights.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, okay.
That's basically it.
All right,
But,
I can track with that.
Shout out to the Nightmare, burying the OGs on Twitter. All right, Fredica Moon. Kanellis Bennett, I don't know what her last name is going to be, but Micah Maria Kanellis, they had their baby girl.
Congratulations.
This past week. Congratulations to the power couple.
Frederica. That's a name.
That's a name.
Yeah, that's
something. All right, as of today, Carmella holds the briefcase, the Money in the Bank briefcase, for 283 days, the longest reign with the contract.
wow.
I know.
She has until, what, June?
Yeah.
When the next pay-per-view happens?
Lance Storm said she's being celebrated for doing nothing with the contract.
She's tried a couple times.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. It's not like she's not trying.
I mean, we're gonna get into all of that seriously. All right. The greatest Royal Rumble, quote unquote, officially will be. It's announced to be airing on the network, so it's gonna be airing about 8 a.m. our time.
Wow.
Well, I'm not waking up for that.
I believe. Don't quote me on. I think 8 a.m.
Breakfast and wrestling. I'm
Hey,
down. I'll wake up for that.
The UK tournament was like noon our time.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. I'd watch it at 8 a.m.
I will make breakfast.
Noon is different than 8 a.m.
I usually wake up like randomly at that time anyway, so I'd turn it on.
Yeah,
and
why
watch
not?
It. Yeah, but
If I'm champion, I'll put the title on the line for that.
oh,
You heard it here first.
big boy talk.
Yeah.
All right,
It's the
moving on
greatest
from
Royal
that.
Rumble.
It's a sad day in the wrestling world. Shawn Michaels cut off his hair.
I wonder if this is gonna help with the balding or just make it more obvious.
I don't know.
I mean, if you looked at his hair, it was going.
It
It was going.
It was time to just
It
cut
was
it
going
off.
the way of Baron Corbin. It was on its way.
It's not that.
No,
No,
that
bad.
it's worse.
It's not
It's
that
worse.
bad.
It's worse.
You know, the boyhood.
He's got the whole sunroof going on up top.
The boyhood dream grew up. R.I.P. to those luscious locks.
Now, Hogan, time for you to grow up and cut your hair.
Let's. Okay. Today WrestleMania 30 turns 4 years old.
Hey.
Well, that makes sense because we're at WrestleMania 34, so WrestleMania 30 would turn 4 years old.
Exactly. You know, today though.
Quick math.
Today though. No, it's on
Look at
Sunday.
that.
Today.
Quick
The
math.
Mercedes-Benz Superdome, that's where it happened. That's where it's going to be on Sunday. We're close to 48 hours away from the granddaddy of them all. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's great.
All right.
Love it.
Let's get into this Mania
we got the
final,
final
this Mania
round.
Madness.
Yes, we have the final four. So,
Take it away, Beyonce.
thank you
Queen Bee.
very much, other one. which I don't remember what her name is. Anyways, we have WrestleMania 31 going up against WrestleMania 28, so two very recent WrestleManias. I'll be honest, I like 31 because I was there, but 28, I think 28 was a better show. Overall, altogether. Once in a lifetime, for the first time.
And then we at the end of an era, you had Punk and Jericho. They had a nice one for the WWE title.
Yeah.
Who wrestled for the world title that night? Oh, Daniel Bryan, the 18 seconds. You can't forget stuff like that.
Yeah.
Kane and Randy Orton, they were on the card.
They were on the card.
They were.
But I think
Rhea Menounos, she's undefeated at WrestleMania. Had a match there, that one.
Well, good for her.
Zack Ryder's first ever WrestleMania moment, getting kicked in the balls by Eve Torres.
Shout out Eve Torres.
Delightful.
All right.
It's pretty much that entire card versus Heist of the Century,
I know.
which is a damn good match and a damn good moment.
I've noticed this whole thing's been based on really just one match and moments, which is
Hey,
really
Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton was fun.
I know, but this really isn't the point of
Well,
the thing.
You should have. Well, why didn't you say that when it was WrestleMania 18 losing and WrestleMania 13?
Hey, honestly,
When that whole card is trash except for one match.
Hey, sometimes a single match can, and this is one of those times when I don't think a single match is going to carry this one through. As much as the Heist of the Century is one of my favorite moments, I'm going to go 28.
28 was a better show, yeah.
I'm going to go 28.
All right, 28 it is.
my
into
heart-
the finals.
Pretty much almost stopped when the Super Kick pedigree thing happened. All right.
So onwards to the other finals. I think this one's pretty easy myself. We have WrestleMania 21 when WrestleMania goes Hollywood to WrestleMania's 25th anniversary, even though it was their 24th anniversary. WrestleMania 25,
WrestleMania 25th.
which has been carried by Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker.
9-year anniversary of that match yesterday.
Kid Rock performed. Don't forget that.
Oh, we're gonna get into all of that. I have some theories about Kid Rock. It has to be 21. I mean, it was just a better show. 25. What happened? Greatest wrestling match of all time. Shelton Benjamin almost killed himself. That's about it.
Yeah.
That's all I can remember.
See, early on it was one match shows, but now that we get down to the finals, the better WrestleManias are coming out.
25. Orton and Hunter were supposed to kill each other, but they had to kill each other in a normal wrestling match.
And the crowd was dead because of Taker and
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels. Because Shawn, and they were like, you know what? We're just going to steal the show, and that's what they did. Hey,
Maybe next year we can do WrestleMania matches that should have main evented the show. We can do that.
Okay.
or, as I said, we could have done, we could do a 64-man one next year.
Oh.
Best matches ever.
Hey,
We'll be here for a whole month.
hey, I'm down. But I got to go 21. First
Yeah.
ever Money in the Bank, Angle and HBK.
Okay, so the finals are set up.
Oh.
28 against 21. If you told me at the beginning, I don't think these would have made it to the finals, but here they are. 28 or 21. I think 28 just because that John Cena Rock match was such a big deal, and it actually exceeded my
21,
expectations.
we had Eddie versus Ray. I'm really thinking
I
about
think
it.
28, it's based off Taker and Triple H, Rock Cena, and then Jericho, CM Punk.
I think
That story, that build to Jericho Punk was good, but then 21 you have, John and Batista becoming the guys.
But were those legendary?
era.
Those were memorable moments, as we've said. But are they really that great of matches? They're okay matches. They're fine.
but 28 is both good matches and memorable moments.
And then 28, you just see that Cena sitting on the ramp like, I messed up,
Yeah.
I gotta go 28.
I'm going to go 28.
28 is crowned as the best WrestleMania of all time.
Which only says more about how terrible of an idea doing twice in a lifetime was. Guys kind of tarnish it a little bit.
WrestleMania 28
Like I keep saying.
ranked a 3 seed, and it makes it all the way to the championship. Good for WrestleMania 28.
Good job, WrestleMania 28.
Good for you.
Shout out. I love bracketology. I love it. All right, let's
There we go. Moving on.
moving on. Now, normally after something like that, we would recap Raw and SmackDown. But so what we're gonna do once we get to the WrestleMania card, we'll talk about the go-home shows of Raw and SmackDown in that particular segment that is gonna lead to the match on Sunday. But before we get to that,
The title is on the line.
oh yeah, I don't know. WrestleMania 1, the world title wasn't on the line.
A title's
so
on the line. Title's on the line.
I don't know. Do I want to ride out the championship wave?
Are you going to be a Brock Lesnar?
I might. Ooh. No, I'm not gonna be a Lesnar.
At least Brock Lesnar defends a WrestleMania.
I'm not gonna be a Lesnar. But let's sidebar before we get into NXT Takeover predictions. Let's talk Cody versus Kenny, a match that's gonna happen this Sunday. We got to talk. Saturday. I'm sorry.
Saturday night.
Tomorrow.
Going head-to-head with NXT.
Yeah?
I'm watching NXT, and I'll go back and watch
Not.
NXT.
It's a ballsy move by Ring of Honor's part, but not a smart move.
I will
No.
be at work, so I will not be watching either live, but I'll be watching both.
And
of them when
there's
I get home.
UFC on at the same time.
Oh,
Ooh.
it's a competitor, you know.
And the
Yeah.
Masters is on this week. This week is probably the greatest week of sports, to be honest.
It's nice. I
It's,
mean,
it's gutsy. They're putting on what I consider to be the best built story in wrestling right now
Yeah.
against one of the
Before
most
we-
stacked cards in wrestling
before
right
we
now.
really get into that, we got to talk Marty Skrull and the Party Peacock. You know, wrestling for the Ring of
That's
Honor
gonna be
heavyweight
great.
title.
That's gonna be
I
fantastic.
don't think Dalton Castle's really got his just due. You know, like he shocked the world, beat Cody, and then that was really about it. You know,
But Marty Skrull, he's on fire.
Marty Skrull's on
He had
fire.
that literally killer match with Will Ospreay.
Yeah, literally
last
almost
week.
killed a man.
Yeah, it was,
Even though that was Will Ospreay's fault because he
Yeah.
landed on his head.
It's
doing
still
a
an amazing
Spanish
match.
fly. Anyway,
Yeah.
did you see the match? Probably not.
I did, of course.
No, you probably saw the spot.
Hey, I love the villain. I'll watch some of his stuff. All right. Whoop, whoop. All right, yeah. So that's gonna be a sneaker, but really, Cody versus Kenny. What I'm watching Super Card of Honor for. Last year,
Are you
it
gonna
was-
buy it? Or are you gonna watch it illegally?
I don't do anything illegal.
He doesn't
Alright.
say he does anything illegal.
Nothing illegal.
All right.
Don't be pirates, kids.
Yeah.
What do you think is gonna happen? Because I think I have what I think is gonna happen.
I mean,
The Young Bucks are teaming up with Kenny Omega. They're going to reunite the Elite, and they're going to beat Cody. That's what's going to happen. Because if you watch Being the Elite, the Young Bucks have basically said F Cody because they changed the logo, and so they're going to side with Kenny.
you know, Kenny hasn't really had, you know, one of those standout real matches since like Jericho.
Since 2 weeks ago when
I'm
he was
talking
in
about
Long
like
Beach.
with like a real story leading all the way up to it.
Oh, you mean 2 weeks ago at Long Beach in that tag team match?
talking about,
When
like,
they had one of the best tag team matches in history.
I mean,
That told one of the best wrestling stories in history.
Almost made me cry, and that's very hard to do. You don't make me cry very often.
I'm talking about like in a singles capacity since Jericho.
Okay, when's the last time Cody Rhodes had a killer match?
I mean, Cody does it every night.
No, he doesn't. You know, get Cody's thing out your mouth.
Cody
Get
does-
Cody's thing out
Cody
your
does
mouth.
it.
They're both very, very good, but Kenny is.
Look, man.
They also both literally just wrestled each other last weekend in a tag team match together.
See,
And Cody did win.
that's bad booking on New Japan's part.
No, it's,
Cody
how's
did.
it bad? Tell me how it's bad booking.
They're not supposed to touch. But anyway,
They didn't. I mean, they sort of touched, but Cody didn't even pin Kenny. He pinned Ibushi.
Well,
Yeah.
good. I'm tired of looking at that guy anyway. All right, you know I gotta go Cody. I gotta go Team Cody. I mean Cody, he's reached another level. I don't know what it is. Having Brandy by his side, dyeing the hair bleach blonde, kind of add to that preppy asshole thing. I don't know what it is, but Cody's just reaching another level. And then he says he's not at his fullest form yet. I think a win over Kenny Omega could truly get him there, to where he needs to be that next upper echelon of his character.
I mean, I already think Cody's the best heel in wrestling right now. He gets.
Cody and the Miz, I think they are.
No, yeah.
I think
would agree.
Cody's better because people
I think
cheer
Cody's
the Miz.
better.
Because Cody, he goes to these hardcore shows and he gets a visceral booing reaction, which
Yeah.
something the Miz can't do. People actually hate Cody.
That is true.
I think
People
Cody's.
do hate Cody Rhodes.
I think Cody's winning it as well. I think maybe even with what we saw on Being the Elite, I think there's a chance we may see a Buck split.
I mean, really looking
Well,
at
I
it,
got Kenny.
if
You guys want to put a point on the line?
no.
No,
No, it's
exactly.
one match.
I don't care. Put 5 points on the line.
If Omega's really as great as people say, you know, then
Well,
he won't be damaged by this loss.
well, no, I think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna be clean. I think it's gonna be dodgy as all hell, and I think there's gonna be the blow off is gonna be at All In.
Oh, that makes sense. I could see it.
Yeah, the story's
So-
not ending tomorrow night.
I got the American Nightmare. You got the Cleaner.
Cody.
All right. All right, let's jump into some NXT TakeOver. Now, the rule I came up with for this, whoever gets the most predictions right at NXT TakeOver, they get 1 point added to the WrestleMania predictions. So let me see this pen.
It's my pen.
Just let me see the pen.
Okay.
Thank you.
He just took the pen.
So if I knock it out your hand this time, you can't get that mad. It's my pen.
I'm going to be writing. Why would you...
All right,
why
you
would
two.
do that?
Let's start this off. NXT predictions.
All right, so here we go. First of all, how do we feel about the North American Championship?
I think it's very pretty.
It's a throwback.
I know.
Yeah,
It's
It's nice.
okay.
It's classy
Okay.
looking.
Seems like something, you know, Pat O'Connor or Vern Gagne would have held. You know, I like it. I like a throwback to the championship.
But I'm always a little sinister with Triple H. Is he kind of trying to be pandering, trying to make it go super old school, trying to bring it back? Because you know, with Triple H, I'm always cynical.
I love old school. Old school still cool. All right, the NXT North American Championship. EC3, Adam Cole, baby, the Velveteen Dream, Lars Sullivan, Killian Dane, and King Ricochet. They will be competing for this championship in a 6-man ladder match. Who do we put the title on?
So much fun. This match is gonna be great.
Who? I know, but who?
And I think this will open the show.
I think it will open the show. I think I have this card in the order I think it will be. I'm putting it on EC3. I'm looking at it. Adam Cole, he doesn't win this one, but he goes out and redeems himself in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic thing. Velveteen Dream, the kid's 22. I think he's better at the chase. Lars Sullivan and Killian Dane are going to cancel themselves out. Ricochet, he might make the jump to 205 Live. You know, I don't know. So I think you put it on EC3 because he's good at the whole rich guy, I'm better than you angle. The whole gimmick. I'm putting on it.
Yeah, they're kind of doing the rude
Ethan
gimmick
Carter.
with him again.
Yeah.
I'll go with Ricochet.
Oh, really?
You know, him and EC3, this was kind of their first big match in NXT. I think Ricochet, especially since this is a ladder match, this is in his element, I'm going to go with Ricochet. I think it's between Ricochet and EC3.
All right. So, Mitchell, who do you have?
I'm leaning toward EC3,
Do it.
but I got this weird feeling. I'm gonna go Velveteen Dream.
Really?
I think they may be putting it on him.
Velveteen.
He's been putting on some of the best matches in NXT. I think that they want to give him some kind of title run before they move him up to the main roster. I think they give it to Velveteen Dream and they have him feud with EC3 after this.
All right.
And then EC3 eventually takes it off of him.
One thing I am worried about my pick is Ricochet might do one crazy, stupid stunt, and that's going to be his memorable spot, and he doesn't win the match.
Because he also hasn't had much of a character yet either.
And that's also what happens sometimes in WWE ladder matches.
Yeah.
You know,
All right.
he'll be the Shelton Benjamin or something of the crew.
He's our generation's Evan Bourne.
Yep.
Okay, moving on. All right, Ember Moon, she defends that NXT Women's title against
Shayna Baszler.
Shayna Baszler.
I think Shayna Baszler wins.
Really?
Ember Moon gets called up in the near future.
You know what?
I got big Sheila Shayna as well. I think Shayna's taking it, and then Ember Moon gets called up in the near future.
Go with the girl.
Yeah, go with
Black Power ranking. Got the Obama hat on.
go with your Moon.
I gotta go with Baszler. I think
Oh.
I think Hunter shocks the world with this one. Puts the strap on.
Well, how's it shocking
I don't
the world
think it's a shock.
if we all picked it?
I think this is literally him. I think this is them doing a dry run on what it would be like to have Ronda as champion. I think they're going to use this as an experiment.
But she's better than Ronda.
What does having an MMA champion look like in WWE?
Hot take. Shayna Baszler is better than Ronda Rousey. Right now.
She's definitely less green.
Well, yeah.
Super hot take.
All
Is
right.
she like still the APW champion, or what happened with her?
Oh yeah, what happened with that championship? That's something we need to figure out. All right, well, moving on from that, we have AOP versus
Hold it down.
Yep, versus the Undisputed Era versus Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong for the NXT Tag Team Championship and the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic.
I will say Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong have been a crazy good tag team together.
Undisputed Era.
Their finisher's amazing together. Doing the bitter end into the I don't know what Roderick Strong's thing is. I'm going Undisputed Era as well.
All right.
I really honestly would love to see Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong win it just so that we get the picture of Pete Dunne with the 2 titles, but I don't think they're winning it.
You know what? I'll put it on the line. I'll go with Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne.
Oh.
Just to be different.
Really?
I'll be different. It's only 1 point.
It's just 1 point.
It's 1 point. Who cares? And besides, I'm pretty sure Undisputed Era will win anyways. But I'm just going to pick him for the halibut.
For the halibut. All right, Andrade Cien Almas.
Just as a quick side note before we move on, I will find it very funny if Undisputed Era wins, because that means that they get to win the Dusty Road Classic tournament without ever being involved in the tournament.
That's how you do it. All right, Andrade Cien Almas versus Aleister Black for the NXT Championship. I think Almas takes it home.
I think Almas is winning.
I think Black gets his due diligence at Takeover Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Really far. That's a
I
really
know.
long way
They have a
away.
Takeover at Chicago in June. I think Almas escapes from Black yet again, gets his due diligence at Brooklyn.
I'm saying
I-
Black. I think Black's
I think
taking
Black wins because I think the real money match is Aleister Black versus Adam Cole. That's a money match that they got to do.
Oh,
sooner
I
or
don't
later.
think that's the money match. I think the money match is elsewhere on the card, but
Oh,
we'll
I
get
mean,
into it.
Tommaso Ciampa doing something.
Yeah.
You think this? So you don't think this is gonna main event? You think the grudge match is main event?
I think the grudge match main events. I do. So we have Tommaso Ciampa going up against his former best friend, his former tag team partner, Johnny Gargano. Johnny Wrestling.
Both just trying to get their moment.
Johnny Gargano never wins a match.
Johnny
he never wins.
Can't win the big one. Could he win the big one tomorrow night?
No, and because I don't think they're main eventing. I think they're opening, and I say Ciampa wins. I think they're gonna send it out to start off the crowd hot. Everyone's gonna be hot on Gargano, and then Ciampa's gonna murder him.
So this is an unsanctioned match. That means there's no rules, so it's probably gonna be a hardcore match.
Probably, of some kind.
I think Gargano wins, because I think this might be his last match in NXT.
Really? You think the call-up's happening?
See, I think the call-up's happening, and I think that's why he's losing.
I think, and that's also the thing is usually every time someone who gets called up, they lose. They got to do the job on the way out, and Johnny Gargano's basically done the job every single time. Have him win this one. You don't need to lose every single time, and especially when you're technically in the same territory. It doesn't make any sense for you to do the job on your way out.
So you got Ciampa, Mitchell.
Yep.
You got Johnny.
I think this match will semi-main because I always like having the championship last, and this is a big match. I don't think it's big enough to override the title.
I'm going Johnny Gargano. I think he gets one over on Tommaso Ciampa. All right. Are we ready?
We are almost ready.
So we're gonna do WrestleMania.
As we roll into WrestleMania.
Yeah, I know it's in the Big Easy. Can you feel it?
Let me
I can feel
announce to the listeners before
ahead.
moving the Bullet Cast WrestleMania 34 drinking rules, which I will be following very strictly during the entirety of WrestleMania. And if you want to, you can as well. And when you listen to our
what is the liquid of choice?
Our post podcast, there is a poll currently happening right now to find out what the liquid of choice is. It is on Twitter. Go to at the Bulletcast, they retweeted it, or go to at Off the Walther, my Twitter, where it is pinned. You can vote between, I believe, beer, wine, whiskey sours, or something else I can't remember.
I choose beer. Beer all day. Even though it's gonna get you full and make you piss like a racehorse, but who cares?
So here we go. You are gonna take one sip
Beer all day.
for every kick out.
Oh boy.
Yeah, no, we're going hardcore. Just a sip.
Okay.
Sip for every kick out.
Then definitely do beer.
Sip for I call it nothing good happens on the top rope. So a sip for whenever anyone
Nothing
goes to
good
the
happens
top
on the
rope,
top
and
rope.
then they get the
So someone misses, someone gets crotched.
Yep, anything like that. Anytime someone gets hit with a chair or a weapon.
Really?
That's for the ladder match, that's for the ladder match because there won't be any pins in it, so you have to have
What
a reason.
ladder match?
Not ladder match, TLC match. What is
Triple
it?
threat match?
It's
Did
not
they
a
not?
ladder match, no.
There's
It's
no
just a
ladder
regular
match.
triple threat
Oh,
for the tag straps.
But that is no disqualification.
that is
yeah.
okay.
So there you go. It can still happen. There will be
Still
some.
happen. You're right.
One sip for grandest stage of them all,
All right.
Oh, boy.
and for someone trying to get the WrestleMania moment,
All right.
and for hardest part of the ring, whenever that gets mentioned.
That's
Okay.
the hardest part of the ring.
Kevin Owens. That's gonna happen.
Now finish
yeah.
your drink when the announce table breaks, because it will happen at least once.
It will happen at least once.
These are the last two I'm scared about. Finish your drink. I always put these on here, but it's worrisome because of the storytelling. Finish your drink when someone turns face or heel, and
Really?
I think it's going to happen a lot at this WrestleMania, and if a superstar returns.
Does Undertaker count?
Undertaker does not count because the last time he was here was a year ago, or no, he was even here this year. So no, yeah, Undertaker does not count. And down 2 drinks if Hulk Hogan shows up. Just throw that out there. Why not? That wasn't
Down
even on
all
the
your
list.
alcohol when Roman Reigns wins.
No, please don't. I don't want to kill all of our listeners. But those are the drinking rules. I will be posting an image of and like a little fun little PDF image of them on Twitter, so you can all have them on your mobile device while you're drinking. But let's
Don't drink and drive, kids.
no, just drink and watch wrestling.
Watch that 7-hour card, baby. All right, let's do it. The kickoff show. The inaugural Women's Battle Royal. Sidebar. Shout out to my boy Chris Jericho who texted Vinnie Mac that it should be called the Sensational Invitational. You know, paying homage to Sherry Martel. Vince said thanks.
No, he said
No,
THX.
Yeah, not even a thanks. Not even a full word.
Yeah, that's Vinnie Mac for you.
So do you think
Well,
NXT
we're going
TakeOver-
over the build and everything.
NXT
too, so.
Takeover was in order. You don't. This isn't in order.
No.
You don't. Okay, cool.
Well, actually, the kickoff show is in the order I think it will be in.
Women's.
But they're all about women's empowerment. I think the women's match will go on after the men's match. Unless there's like nothing big happening in the men's match, well, something might happen. We should get into.
I mean, the women's.
It's all built into Sasha and Bailey.
I think they cancel each other out. I don't even think they win it.
No, I don't think they win it either.
I think it's either Mandy or Sonya.
Oh, I actually legitimately haven't even thought about who's gonna win this.
Is this really gonna count?
I'm gonna go
these predictions.
Does the pre-show count? Do we want to do?
Why not?
Do you want to do the pre-show the way we did NXT?
Throw it all in there.
Just want 3 matches for 1 point.
3 matches for 1 point, just like NXT.
We can do that too. You know?
I'll go with Bailey. I do think it's gonna come all the way down to both of these, to Sasha and Bailey, and I think Bailey finally gets her or Sasha gets her comeuppance, and Bailey. I mean, as we've talked about in the past, I don't really feel there's a face and a heel in this dynamic, which is not very good.
Can I say anybody but Sasha and Bailey?
No, you have to.
You can't take the field.
Yeah, you have to take somebody specifically.
I mean, who's really?
It's basically the entire women's division who's not in the title matches.
Carmella, I don't think she'll get the job done. Natty, no. By the way, the championship, I mean, not the championship, the trophy looks like a woman's vagina. It looks like a vagina.
I've heard that, and I still have not. I have not saw the picture.
I saw it.
I've not seen it.
I watched the live stream that Hunter did of WrestleMania Access, and it looks like a vagina.
It
It's
does.
not good. All right.
Make your pick.
There's also a chance of an NXT call-up who then wins, like they did with Bear and Corbin.
I'm going Nikki Cross.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, that was quick.
Out of nowhere.
I'm going Sasha.
All right, Banks.
I think it ends with the boss standing tall.
Really?
Yep.
All right. Next up, I have my boy Cedric Alexander going up against Mustafa Ali.
You don't think? I think this is the main event in the pre-show. I think it has to.
You think so? I think it's in the middle so that it breaks up the 2 rumbles. I think it's in the middle so it breaks up the
it has
rumbles.
to main
Let's not
event.
have Rumbles back to back.
I mean, doesn't really matter. There's
Yeah,
going
it
to be like a
doesn't really
20-minute intermission between the matches.
And everyone's going to be getting drinks and food anyway.
And I think this match deserves to be the main event of the pre-show. To be honest, I don't watch 205 Live.
I think it deserves to be on the main card, but I understand that would be
But
hard to pull
I
off.
think having it on the pre-show main event basically is probably the best thing that they can have, because if you put it on the card, there's a chance of it getting cut for time, cut altogether, and just if it comes after a big match, like if it comes after, I don't know, the triple threat IC title match, people are probably going to be too tired and not going to care about it. I think with this being in the opening part of the show, people are really hot and they just want to see good wrestling, and this will give it to them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is going to be a great match.
I mean, my boy Cedric Alexander, they cut that part of his entrance in the dark. I feel at home. I dig it. I love Cedric. I've been a fan of this guy for a couple years. I think my boy takes home that Cruiserweight Championship.
I'm going to go with Mustafa Ali.
Oh!
They've been doing some
Okay.
things. They've been pushing him kind of out of the blue lately. I think Cedric Alexander is a real obvious pick. Mustafa Ali, why not?
Who you got?
I think, honestly, I've never
You're
been
the 205 Live guy.
I am a big 205 Live guy, and it has been amazing lately. All of you everyone out there, go watch Kalisto and Buddy Murphy. I have not been a big fan of Cedric Alexander most of this time. I think he's a bit of a charisma vacuum.
Really?
I think he's really boring.
Go watch the work he did outside.
And I think Mustafa Ali is the best face in WWE, not named Bryan or Gargano right now. So I'm gonna go Mustafa Ali.
Okay.
I think he deserves it, and I think he needs to run with it.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, next we have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. This, sentimental for obvious reasons. The Andre documentary comes out on Tuesday, I believe.
That sounds right.
Yep. So, who takes this one?
This one's totally up in the air because it's basically the Jobber Battle Royal.
I mean, who really wins? Like, does Ziggler win just to? I don't know. Like,
To justify his $1 million contract.
Yeah, right. I think that this battle royal is going to be delightful, and I'm giving it to Woken Matt Hardy. I think he's coming in. I think
I've
he's
also
winning
thought
it.
about that.
I think he's going to do some weird stuff. I think we may see some weird Woken Universe stuff, and I think
We're
he's
gonna
going to
see
win
some
it.
images on the canvas again.
Maybe not that.
I think the person who wins isn't even advertised yet. I'm not going Samoa Joe. I think Samoa Joe doesn't deserve this.
No,
'cause he should be
too big for that.
He should return the day after Mania. I'm gonna go with Bray Wyatt. A returning Bray Wyatt, maybe in a different character, different gimmick,
Maybe
Husky
in drag.
Harris.
maybe something. Because
Maybe in a
I
wedding
mean,
dress.
in this match, you had this thing main eventing the pre-show. There's no storyline attached to this. At least for the women's match, there's at least Bailey and Sasha. There's nothing going on here, and Hardy's in there.
It could also be they could easily just pull out another celebrity thing like they did last year, which came out of nowhere.
Drew Brees wins the entire thing.
There we go. Heard it here first.
All right, you went Hardy.
I went
you
Hardy.
went Wyatt. I went my boy DZ, my boy Dolph Ziggler. All right, on to the main predictions. The main card. This is what we're here for, guys.
Everything's worth the point.
Everything's worth a point. Everything's
Okay.
worth
Now,
that.
I know we can start off.
Don't get fingerprints on my damn title.
He just cleaned it off too. He slaved over that.
Whoa! That's
sorry.
a poor choice of words.
Sorry.
Hold on.
Wow.
His words, not mine.
Anyways,
I didn't say it.
Yeah, if the white man says it, it's just.
I'm brown, so can I kind of say it?
All right, back to what you were gonna say.
Okay. So since John Cena and Undertaker's not actually a match so far,
I mean, we'll get into that.
do we think it's gonna happen? What does John Cena do? Does John Cena sit in the front row for the entire show? I think that would be hilarious.
I have some theories here. I mean, I was gonna get into them later.
But it's not even a part of the card.
I was gonna get into it later.
Fine, just get into it later.
All right.
Jeez.
Let's go. So this isn't in any specific order, like I said,
Well, then why does it matter when I brought up John Cena and The Undertaker?
because I have
Oh,
some
then now the order
I have some
matters.
theories for later
Now
on.
the order.
Let's discuss who we think is opening the show.
All right. So what I think should open the show is the Intercontinental Championship match: The Miz defending against Finn Balor and the Architect Seth Rollins.
Because we're not going to get a demon entrance, I agree with you.
Yeah, I think that opens up the show. It gets people, because everybody's gonna get a great reaction.
Yeah.
Finn and Seth are gonna get amazing reactions. Miz, he's gonna get some cheers because he's the Miz. He's awesome.
And he just had a baby.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's the greatest father of all time.
Oh man, he is. Dad bod. All right, but no, but seriously, I do think the Intercontinental Championship opens up the show, and I think Finn Balor takes it home.
Really?
I think Finn Balor.
Because he lost on Monday?
I think what happened was, he jobbed to Kane for like 2 weeks in a row. They're like, "Hey man, we're gonna put the IC title on you at Mania, so just do this for us,"
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Finn Balor.
I'm gonna go Seth Rollins. I honestly don't know if this is gonna open up the show. I think maybe one of the tag title matches might do it, especially the triple threat tag title match, because that thing could be like just great if they have the crowd behind them. Which, if it's the open match, of course the crowd will be behind them. I think Seth will win. I think they're gonna get the title off of Miz, and maybe he goes to SmackDown so he can start that feud up with Daniel Bryan.
Or get the title off of Miz and he goes to be a father for a couple months.
Yeah, I mean, he
Yeah.
can just go off. He can just be off the house shows and just show up for Raws. But then, I mean, the thing is, I don't know what they do with Bryan. Is Bryan going to be on SmackDown, or they move him over to Raw because Raw is the #1 show? So, and I think Miz and Bryan are destined for SummerSlam.
You think Miz and Bryan are destined for SummerSlam? I don't.
I think Roman and Miz are destined for SummerSlam.
Roman and Miz?
Yeah.
That's a good match.
But so who do you have winning this one?
I have the Miz. I think he's gonna. I think he's
All right,
gonna,
here we go.
Yeah, we got
Here
all
we
three
go.
different ones. I think he's gonna. I think the story that they've told is you got a nice friendly rivalry between Rollins and Balor. They're gonna get obsessed with each other. They both have wins over each other in the last couple weeks, and I think Miz is just gonna sneak in and snag a win at the last second.
That does sound logical to me.
And then when he wins, he will then break the record in like a day or two after Mania.
Yeah.
He's still not better than the Honky Tonk Man, though.
Hey, it's a honky tonk man.
And I think they're gonna hold off on Bryan and Miz until a later date. In fact, I won't be surprised if that match doesn't come around until WrestleMania next year.
They should just do it for Survivor Series, because I'm going to be there, and I want to be selfish, and I want to see that match.
I would love to see that match because I know this is ridiculous. We'll get into it when Bryan shows up. I'm gonna talk about Bryan.
All right. So next up, so the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championship. You have the Usos defending the titles and the Penitentiary, going up against the New Day and the Bludgeon Brothers. I think the Bludgeon Brothers take it home.
I think the Bludgeon Brothers have to win.
Because, I mean, you look at it, and it's like the Usos, they're finally on the WrestleMania main card. New Day, they are like 5-time tag team champions. They really have nothing left to prove. I think the way you've been building Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, and I can't believe I'm saying nice things about Eric Rowan.
Right.
At first I was like, what is
he's
this?
Mr. WrestleMania.
I got to go with it. I think the Bludgeon Bros take it home.
I think I put down BB for me as well, because I'm pretty sure they're going to win.
Is that what we're calling it, BB?
Sure.
All right, there we go.
Big Baller Bryan.
Doesn't make a lot of. I don't want them to win, but it doesn't make a lot of sense to have them not win after you've built them up to this point. So I'm gonna say that I'm saying the Bludgeon Brothers.
And that thing they did on SmackDown was
That was
trash.
Yeah,
that was awful.
Stupid.
I think there's a chance that the New Day wins just to kind of make us happy, just to be like a nice crowd pleasing moment that prepares for Roman Lesnar. But I'm saying Bludgeon Brothers. It's where the. It's
I think
where
this
the
match.
build is.
I don't think it's gonna steal the show, but I think it can surprise some people how good it is.
Yeah.
Because Rowan. He's probably the weak link, and
Yeah.
every other person in that match.
Yeah,
can
the
go.
New Day is great. The Usos are great. Luke Harper's one of the best wrestlers in the WWE.
And the man's like almost 40.
Yeah.
Gives me a Brody Lee vibe, kind of. You know.
All right.
All right, onwards.
All right. The Raw Women's Championship. Little Miss Bliss defends against Nia Jax.
Now I can see them.
This is a.
I can
go.
see them squeaking with Alexa Bliss squeaking out in the end. But I think Nia better win because I'm getting a real WrestleMania 19 Triple H Booker T vibe here
Yeah.
because like they buried her so much, calling her.
That bad.
Okay, Triple H was a racist in that program, and he ended up winning. in the
People
end.
like you.
Yeah.
Booker was
He-
okay with everything that was said.
I mean, but that doesn't mean it's a good
Dude,
story.
look, I'm black. I should be. Should I really be offended? Yes.
You
But,
just got offended for me calling you slaving over the title.
But really, that's a topic for a completely different podcast. Okay, we're gonna get into that.
Anyways, I
some
think
other time.
Nia Jax.
they fat shame Nia so much. I
Yeah.
think she has to win. And
Yeah.
I think it's just going to be built around. It's going to be a really fast match. It's just going to be built around her chasing Alexa. And
I think the
finally
actual
getting
match.
hands on her.
I think the actual match itself is gonna last like a minute, and I think there's gonna be about 8 minutes beforehand of them like not fighting.
I hope it's not 8. I
No,
hope
but
it's like
not that
5.
long. But there's gonna be like a build up, and then once she finally gets her hands on Alexa, it's over.
I think. So you think Nia?
Yeah, Nia better win.
All right. So I mean, looking at
Be
this,
a star.
I mean, the build has been very interesting. I mean, Alexa Bliss has been playing the Mean Girls role. You know, like if this were the Mean Girls movie, she's Regina George. You know.
No one knows what that is.
I know what that is. It's Mean Girls. It's one of the best movies ever.
I know, like when they started saying that on TV, like I'd seen the movie, I had to go back and watch it. And like, okay, I get it. So looking at this, Carmella cash in?
Sure, put it down as a Carmella cash-in.
I mean, because
Put it down.
Look at it. Asuka, she's not a part of SmackDown. She's wrestling for the SmackDown title. The Money in the Bank contract, it's not necessarily exclusive to SmackDown.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
Write it down.
You definitely could.
But does she cash in successfully?
But
That's-
yeah, no. I'm gonna say no because I think Nia is going to handily defeat Alexa Bliss, and there's no point in cashing in if the person you're cashing in on isn't weakened. So I don't think so, personally. I don't
Come
see
on.
a cash in.
Grow some balls and put down Carmella.
I'm looking at this title.
Just can we hurry up?
Uh,
This is great radio.
it is great.
This is
radio.
great radio.
I have to go Nia. Really thinking about it.
Because she's not like most girls. Remember that.
She's not like most girls.
She's not like most girls.
So who do you have?
Nia.
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 So far, this card is decided by one match.
I know exactly. That's awesome.
Well, we're gonna get it. I think there's. The
I
Oh,
think
right.
there'll be more just disagreements later
Team
on.
Angle, Rowdy Ronda Rousey, and the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle going up against the Game Triple H and the $1 Billion Princess Stephanie McMahon.
Ronda Rousey had to sell for Stephanie this week.
She kind of sold for Stephanie.
No.
She more just looked up angrily.
No,
at
she looked
Stephanie.
like, do I sell or do I just look at you?
That's because she doesn't know what she's doing.
Yeah.
But I mean,
the press conference segment, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of it. I enjoyed Stephanie's line of "We all know how you handle losing."
yeah, that was
I
fun.
enjoyed that.
Misha Tate said that she thinks Ronda Rousey probably did not like that. Because
I enjoyed it.
as we've seen, Ronda Rousey is not a good sport. when
I
it comes to
enjoyed.
losing.
I enjoyed Ronda Rousey getting physical with Triple H. More of that. As
that was
much of that as
interesting.
possible. That's great.
Um,
His look of utter fear.
Ronda asked Stephanie which hand she writes with, because she's gonna rip it off or
Yeah,
whatever.
that was-
I thought it was a good line, but her syntax was off. She kind of messed
Her
up.
delivery wasn't
It
great.
was Ronda. I am really intrigued to see what happens in this match, just because Ronda is so green. Kurt is not Kurt, and Triple H is past his prime, and Stephanie is not a wrestler. So
Hunter could still
this
go.
this match can be an utter disaster. So I hope they try to get in and get out in less than 10 minutes.
Hunter could still go.
We'll see.
And they're not building Kurt Angle up at all. Like this is Kurt Angle's return back to WrestleMania,
I mean-
and they've wasted it.
He wasn't the first choice,
But still, this is supposed to be a big deal. It obviously was ruined by his returns at whatever
TLC
this-
and Survivor Series.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think Ronda and Kurt better win, and if
Yeah.
they don't, it's just going to be another notch in the cap of Triple H.
Yeah, it's a
being
major issue
Triple
if
H.
Ronda loses here.
I mean, this is Stephanie's first match at Mania.
You know.
I think she needs to.
Oh my
I think
god.
she needs to take an L. I got Team Rousey.
You know, something I heard. Does Ronda tap out Triple H?
I want that.
I've heard
I
that
don't-
also.
I don't think it's gonna happen, but I want that.
I mean, they've firmly established that when women are in the match, it's just them. It's not women versus men. So
But I mean, but that can always be just in a moment.
Who you got?
I got Ronda.
Yeah, we got Ronda.
Team Ronda.
Really? This
The Olympic team.
this,
Olympic.
Yeah,
What if we're wrong about like?
all of these,
All
and
of
we
the-
all just end up with one of us.
I
ends up
think
with
the only one
point.
that I'm like not very confident is probably the tag team match. I mean,
Yeah.
because they could.
It could be the New Day. It could be the
Could
Usos.
be. I think more it's the Usos and the New Day, but you never
Uso
know.
Penitentiary.
You never know.
All right, the United States Championship, the Viper Randy Orton defends against the modern-day Maharaja Jinder Mahal, the glorious Bobby Roode, and the man who is going to get probably one of the loudest pops of the night, Rusev. Happy Rusev Day.
Happy
Happy
Rusev
Rusev
Could you
Day.
imagine Rusev on Rusev Day winning the United States title in front of like 70,000
What are
people?
the chances that he would win on Rusev Day?
I'm
That's
going
amazing.
with Rusev.
Did you hear what he said earlier this week?
Ruru.
You heard what he said? He's gonna try and bring what he's bringing to WrestleMania.
A tank.
He says he's bringing the tank back.
Oh.
So I could see this match opening up the card. I think this could be
Yeah.
because I don't think this match is going to be very good, and they can carry it just by Rusev being super over.
Yeah.
And have a RKO out of nowhere because I think Randy Orton's winning. Putting it down. RKO out of nowhere.
Viper?
See, I want to
Randy
say,
wins.
I do want to say Rusev because it's Rusev Day, and that makes sense. But it's WrestleMania, and to not give you an RKO
If this
on
match
WrestleMania,
opens up the card and they want to get the people feeling all right, Rusev has to win. I mean, the RKO, like, we'll see it regardless.
yeah. So he will RKO
I
somebody.
think he RKOs,
But
like,
Rusev was not supposed to be in this match to begin with.
he's in there because his T-shirt sales are doing so well.
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
So I think it's just more like, oh, okay, you deserve to be on the card because of your sales. We'll take you out of the Battle Royal, put you in the U.S. title match. You weren't going to win because, do we see a Bobby Roode heel turn? I would love to see that.
Against who though?
Against Rusev. Have a double turn with him and Rusev because Rusev is technically still a heel.
Yeah, I mean, what I think is going to happen, Orton RKOs like Roode or Mahal, Rusev kicks him in the face and walks out the champ or something. I don't know.
I think Randy Orton RKO's Rusev, and then gets taken out by Jinder, who pins Rusev. I think Jinder wins.
There we go.
I think
So
I think
hopefully it's not
Jinder.
Bobby Roode, or
I
else
think
we're all wrong.
I think Jinder wins for some nuclear heat.
Shout out to my boy Jinder.
I think he pins Rusev.
Do not hinder the gender.
Don't hinder my boy Jinder.
Because here's what I think. I think their original plan was they were going to have that happen, but he was going to pin Rude because he's the face, and then they realized Rude's not really that over. Let's put Rusev in the match and have him pin Rusev for
Plus,
the heat.
Rusev just pinned Mahal, right?
Yep.
On SmackDown. So,
Yep. He's in the match because of
Yeah.
that. Yep.
all right. A match with a lot of stakes. Team Cammy, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn going up against Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan. If Kevin Owens and Sami lose, they can no longer be a part of SmackDown Live.
Now this one seems too obvious. Like obviously Daniel Bryan should win. It's his comeback match.
Let's come back to the Miracle on Bourbon Street. Let's come back to the Big Easy.
It all would all make sense.
I mean,
Is there
But-
room for some turns in this match? Maybe.
They already had like the send off basically for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Don't you think they would have done that like next week? So I'm very cautious to pick Team Cammy. Screw it. Team Cammy's gonna win. Put it on
I can
there.
see it. They pinned Shane.
I think Team Cammy's gonna win. Maybe because Shane McMahon turns. Shane McMahon turns.
That's what I'm
And that's
thinking
what
as well.
happens. Team
That's what
Cammy wins.
I'm taking Team Sammy. Cammy.
Just because there was a little bit of awkwardness there.
Yeah.
Obviously, Shane has a tendency to forget his lines, which I think he did forget his line, but I think there was supposed to be like some over-the-top corniness between Team. I don't know how to combine the names
Yeah.
off the top of my head, but
And
Yeah.
I mean, because you mentioned earlier that you think that Bryan and Miz is the SummerSlam match. I think the SummerSlam match is Bryan and Shane.
Okay. Well, just quick sidebar. Daniel Bryan has to be the last entrant in this match.
well, the first.
I mean, you have Cammy come out, you have Shane, and then of course.
Oh yeah. No, Bryan comes out first or last. Bryan
Yeah.
comes out last.
That's just the way. If
Sammy-
I were booking the damn
yeah.
territory,
Sammy,
that's what I would
Kevin,
do.
Shane, Daniel.
All right.
It's low-hanging fruit. Just pick Orton or Bryan and Shane. Just pick them.
I already picked Cammy.
So we're all going for Team Cammy? If we're all going Team Cammy, screw it. I'll go with Daniel Bryan then. Change my pick then.
We could change picks.
Yes, we can change picks. If you guys are all going Team Cammy, then I'll go with my boy D-Bry. Shout out Daniel
Alright.
Bryan all day.
Just to try and get a point.
Yeah, my boy Daniel Bryan all
Alright,
day.
Shout out my boy D-Bry. All right, let's go. The Raw Tag Team Championship. The Bar. Sheamus and Cesaro going up against my boy LeBron Strowman and I'm choosing Neville as his tag team partner.
Can we put a point on the line for picking his partner right?
Man, we're just getting points for every
Yeah,
damn
why
thing.
not? It's WrestleMania.
We're Oprah over here to
Oh,
ourselves.
You get a point. You get a point. You get a point. All right, cool. So, I'm gonna go Neville and Strowman, and I think they win the tag titles.
Okay.
Okay. Who do you pick?
I think Strowman and his partner are winning.
Braun and Brain.
Braun and Brain.
That segment fell flat on its face.
I thought it was fantastic.
Oh, here we go.
Once again.
Here we go.
Let's
I thought it
just-
was great because of one thing and one thing only, and that one thing is Corey Graves. Corey Graves sold the hell out of that.
I thought
He took
Braun-
off the glasses and went, "It's Braun Strowman!" It's like, because he actually doesn't get. I love Corey Graves saved the
I
segment.
thought he was supposed to be like a missing Dudley or something.
I know. He had the deadly glasses on. It was funny.
So I'm gonna say it's Ellsworth. Ellsworth wrestling.
He's in town.
He's in New Orleans wrestling.
I mean, after he beats Matt Riddle, then he'll go to.
Oh, that's right. That is happening.
Then
he'll
he'll
be
go
the
to
tag
Wrestle-
team champion.
Could you imagine James Ellsworth, the Raw Tag Team Champion and Intergender Tag Champion at the same time? It's amazing.
It makes a lot of sense, just because
makes too much
That's
It's where
how
it really
he.
started, you know?
And they haven't really done anything with Elias. I think it makes sense for Braun to actually pick Ellsworth because it's like, who cares? I'm gonna because he's basically like he doesn't have a partner anyways because Ellsworth is trash. I'm gonna go with Ellsworth
All right.
and Braun winning. So basically, if we get the partner right, we get 2 points.
Yeah, I get Braun, and honestly, you took mine. I think it's Neville.
Okay.
I think it makes sense. They got a little bit of history together. They've locked eyes, and also they would make a great tag team. Just look-wise, they would look
the
like
red
it.
arrow off of Braun's shoulders.
And
I mean, come on, that's the sparkle splash.
he also just looks like a small version of himself. I know. Honestly, I wish I could say I think it's going to be Alexa, but it's not. But I would love for his tag team partner
continue
to be
the
Alexa.
sexual attention.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's been great.
I know. Shout out to my boy Braun, trying to take it off of Murphy's hands. You know.
She can get these hands.
Hey, the two of them have a ride-along coming up.
Oh, that's gonna be amazing. You mentioned Elias. Let's jump into Elias real quick. I think he gives a concert at WrestleMania and he gets interrupted by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Really?
I do. Could you imagine Elias singing like how he hates Bourbon Street, or how he thinks this city's trash, and then "If You Smell," that hits The Rock. He used to do rock concerts. Elias is the perfect character for The Rock to make fun of.
True.
And then Elias gets a rock bottom. Rock does the whole thing. A nice little segment to break away from matches.
Yeah, I can see that. I think Elias comes out, plays a song, and then eats a guitar from Jeff Jarrett. He's there.
He is there. Hall of Fame tonight.
Hall of Fame.
Not gonna watch it.
I
gotta
watch the Hall of Fame.
I'd rather watch some indie stuff going on in the Hall of Fame.
I will watch the highlights later, a.k.a. I will watch Dean Ambrose drunk on the red carpet later.
I'll be doing a podcast after the Hall of Fame.
Maybe I'll watch like the USA special after Raw.
I don't know.
Maybe that. Unless there's like something unless drunk Goldberg comes out and it just raises hell, then maybe I'll watch it. But I think probably Jeff Jarrett is probably going to be the best speech.
Speaking of the Hall of Fame, I got to go back to that real quick. I need Jeff Jarrett and the Roadie to perform "With My Baby Tonight." Need that. One of the best songs in the company.
We'll see if we can get that
Hands
for you.
down.
So if Elias is not in the Battle Royal, is he announced for the Battle Royal yet?
No, he's just said he's performing at WrestleMania.
Okay, so then I think that is a lock that
Yeah.
that The Rock's going to come out.
I think The Rock is a safe bet. I think Jeff Jarrett is a little bit less safe because I think a lot of people wouldn't know who he is compared to The Rock.
Unless maybe you bring out Road Dogg first to kind of get the crowd pumped.
Yeah. And then
But I think still The Rock coming out makes more sense.
it
and
does
it's a bigger
make more
deal.
sense. I mean, if Jarrett came out, it would make more sense, with the guitar thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Honky Tonk Man come out and he hits Jarrett.
Oh, J-E-double-F.
Just
J-A,
one,
But The
double
Rock,
R,
The Rock
E,
makes sense,
double T.
and we know The Rock is there.
Yeah.
Is gonna be there.
Dwayne has to be there.
One guitar shot human centipede.
All right. The Universal Championship.
Why this match is main eventing, so I don't even know why you're talking about it this early. We all know this is main eventing the card.
I never
Now-
said this was in a specific order.
Not what I would have done, but I think this is main eventing.
I never said this. It could main event. It probably will main event.
I think it's one. I think it's one of the. I think it probably is. There's
We
a
can
couple
go to
others.
other matches and come back to it if you want.
Let's come back to it.
Okay.
All
come
right.
back to it.
So the SmackDown Live Women's Championship, the Queen versus the Empress. Charlotte Flair defending against Asuka. Asuka wins.
I do believe Asuka wins. They've been teasing the cash in a lot. I really hope they don't do that.
Or does Flair? Or
No.
does- or
No, the money match is Asuka versus Ronda Rousey next year at WrestleMania, possibly being the first ever women's main event at WrestleMania history.
See, I think I agree with everything except the name, because I think next year the possible main event is Ronda
Flair
Rousey
versus
versus
Rousey,
Flair.
yeah.
Because Flair is a name. Asuka's great, but Flair is a wrestling name.
But I think you can.
Who's also one of the greatest
But
women's wrestlers in the
But I
world
think
right now.
you can get the casual fans pumped just off of Rousey's name. I think if you get the casual fans, you get casual fans from Ronda, and you get the wrestling fans from Asuka, and bring them together. Because I think Asuka's better than Charlotte, honestly.
I think
except
so.
for promos.
I think so too, but I think Rousey Flair is just an easier thing to sell. I'm saying. Oh, for WrestleMania, I think Charlotte breaks the streak.
Oh,
I think she breaks the streak.
okay. Watch, he's gonna beat us by that one.
Just as a side note, if Carmella cashes in, does that mean none of us get a point? Because none of us picked Charlotte or Carmella, because none of us picked Carmella. So if Carmella cashes in, even though technically a match already ended, do we all just lose our point? Because Carmella is it who walks out champion?
Yeah.
How
It's
about
who walks out of WrestleMania champion?
Yeah.
How about if you guess the cash in afterwards, you get a point, but if it doesn't happen, you get -1 point.
Why don't we just do
This is
whoever
just getting
walks
way,
out champion?
This is getting way too confusing.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
whoever
whoever
walks
walks
out
out
champion. So if Carmella cashes in, we lose our point.
Empress, Asuka, Flair.
Flair.
All right. The WWE Championship. My boy, the phenomenal AJ Styles, going up against the King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm going P1.
You're going AJ.
I'm sticking with the phenomenal one. Because, I mean, I look at it, Shinsuke already has one up on him. So they can tell a long-term story here with AJ, tying it up, and then we get a rubber match somewhere down the line, like at a SummerSlam or possibly at a Rumble or next year's Mania, not for a title or something. I'm going Styles. I think, because, you would want to have AJ Styles as your top dog, I mean, would Vince really...
But they already got the big dog.
Would Vince really want to take a chance with Nakamura as WWE champion? I don't know. He did it with Jinder, but
The thing is that we have a superstar shakeup coming up pretty soon here. So I think Nakamura's winning because I think AJ's gonna get shaken up and sent somewhere else.
Okay.
And I think they're gonna bring in someone fresh to face Nakamura because they know that because AJ Styles has been around for a little now. He's had matches around, but I think that they know that they can build a lot of dream matches with Nakamura right now. Like imagine
Daniel Bryan Nakamura next year at WrestleMania.
Imagine superstar shakeup. Balor shows up on SmackDown. Balor Nakamura. Everyone's already down. Rollins shows up. Rollins and Nakamura. Everyone's already down.
Ooh.
These are all dream matches.
Ooh.
I know, right? See?
All right. Nakamura, Styles.
So in this match, I'm torn about who I want to win because I like both of them. AJ Styles, I think, is probably the one I want to win.
Oh.
But I think Nakamura is going to win. The same reason as Mitchell, because I think AJ will make the jump over to Raw, and maybe be Roman Reigns is one of his first opponents.
Okay. All right. So Styles, Nakamura.
Yep.
But before we get into the Universal title, I'm gonna talk Cena Taker real quick. Now, I do have some theories. We don't know who's inducting Kid Rock into the Hall of Fame.
Does it really matter?
Do you think Mark Calloway is inducting Kid Rock into the Hall of Fame?
Could Undertaker induct Kid Rock into the Hall of Fame and accept the challenge there?
No.
Is that a possibility?
No.
No.
Or does
If they've come this far without showing him on TV at all, he's not showing up till WrestleMania. He's not even advertised in the city. I've been listening to people who are in New Orleans right now, and they're like Undertaker's on none of the papers. Like he's not on anything. He's as like if you didn't know better, you would say he's not advertised for the show at all. They're saving him for Mania.
Or does Kid Rock perform at WrestleMania? Cena gets in the ring, cuts a promo, and him and Taker have something to where it leads to MetLife Stadium at 35.
That sounds awful.
It's just there's so much stuff going on this WrestleMania that
I mean, because
they don't need John Cena and Undertaker for this Mania match. They don't need it.
But they built it for 4 weeks.
But they can make a moment, and they can do the Rock Cena thing of being like next year, which
But then
probably
have something-
but if they do the next year thing, that's gonna get a piss poor reaction from the crowd because they're like, no, we want it now.
Exactly, because I mean, I'm looking at it like, what if something happens to Taker where he can't really go ever again, and then what if Cena's injured around that time? You got to strike while the iron's hot. You got to strike. While
So
the
you're saying the
iron's-
match is gonna happen
You
on
think
Sunday?
they're just gonna show up and just be like, "I accept. Let's go."
I don't know. Taker could do something like see you Sunday, or if he's at the Hall of Fame.
It's
I
not
don't
gonna
know.
be it's gonna be something at WrestleMania. That's the thing is like, what does Cena do? Does Cena come out the beginning of the show and do one last gas? Is he gonna be front row opposite the hard camera for the entire show?
I think-
Which I would love. I think that'd be hilarious.
That'd be great.
That would
Him
be
and Nikki
funny.
just hanging out. I think there's gonna be.
Shout out to John Cena saying thank you, Nikki Bella, for sex. When he said thank you, Nikki, for this morning.
Yeah, that was great.
We all know what
Did
that
you
meant.
miss that?
How'd you miss that?
Hold on.
It was great.
What?
I was like, yeah, he
During
was
his
like,
promo, he's just like, "Hey, thank you, Nikki, for this morning." It's like there's only one thing that could possibly mean, unless he meant like the bomb breakfast burrito she made him that morning. That's not what he meant.
she was getting down to his breakfast burrito. Hey,
Okay.
There we go.
I thought we were done with the innuendos.
What I think is happening is I think throughout the night we're gonna cut to John Cena, like video of John Cena hanging out with fans, having a beer or something, trying to make himself look like personable, and then I think he's gonna come out to announce the attendance because they always have someone come out into the ring to announce the attendance, and when he
we
announces
get like a gong or.
and when he either we get we don't get it's not a gong.
Oh, it's not a gong. We get a motorcycle sound.
Yeah, or
Dead
while he's doing
man.
the attendance, he pauses, gets pissed, and cuts another promo while doing the attendance, and then Undertaker comes out.
Because remember, on Raw, he said he's a dead man walking, and that's how the American Badass theme started.
Yeah. No, I think. Well, I think it's the American Badass, and I think that's why they haven't shown us anything yet, because I think they're saving the surprise of the American Badass.
Taker's riding down on a Harley, American flag and all, you know?
Yep.
I mean, do you guys want to throw it on here?
The match, yeah, of course. I think it's happening.
I don't think a match is happening.
You don't
I
think
think
it's
it's just going to
happening?
be a confrontation. I think it's just going to be a segment.
Wow.
I think a match is going down.
I think there's a
All
bell.
right,
I think.
put me down for just a segment.
Okay.
Wow.
Just a segment.
I'm going match, and I go Taker. You got a segment. All right, what about you?
I go match, and I go Cena.
I think if there is a match, it's Taker's winning. I mean, it's Undertaker at WrestleMania. It's just Cena really need to win.
No.
He doesn't need to win. And Cena's character right now is just like he just wants a match and made it. He's not like trying to, be 17-time champion right now.
I think he wins. I don't know. We're never gonna see a John Cena heel turn, so I'm not even gonna talk about that. But I think we
Yeah.
could see him maybe go too far to win. I could see him maybe doing something a little dirty to win.
No.
Or maybe Undertaker comes out the next night on Raw just to troll Cena. That'd be hilarious.
That would be funny. Now we got to talk about the big red strap because the big dog.
The big dog.
I almost said big red dog. Sorry, Clifford. But the big dog
Yeah, don't insult Clifford like that.
is going up against.
Clifford is more over than Roman Reigns.
The big dog is going up against the Beast Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. Now, this is I'm throwing the ball way out there. This probably won't happen. But the night after WrestleMania, Roman Reigns comes out with that title and he's like, "I'm not a good guy. I'm not a bad guy. I'm a Paul Heyman guy."
And has Paul Heyman become his handler?
WrestleMania
His
X7,
his handler
Austin and
takes him out for
McMahon.
walks.
WrestleMania 34, Heyman and Roman.
As
I
much
mean-
as you want a Roman Reigns heel turn, it's not happening.
I mean, with Brock on his way out,
But Paul Heyman said if they lose, that's going to be the last time you see either one of them.
Yeah, he did say he's going with.
Heyman says a lot of stuff.
He cashed in the spoiler alert line. So that means, that means Brock has to win now. But
What
obviously,
if they did that? What if they just re-signed Brock and Brock won? What would the whole
I mean,
year
well,
have-
his
would have been?
contract is supposed to go out till SummerSlam.
Yeah,
no, I think it's like the end of the month.
something like that, yeah.
So it's
I
not
read
that
somewhere
long.
it was till this summer.
I mean, Brock, he's going back to the UFC eventually,
Yeah.
It's
Roman.
Roman, I mean, your boy's been saying this since last year's WrestleMania. Do I get extra points for that?
We're at the point now where I want Roman to win because I want
I'm not intrigued about the match.
I want the title to not be on someone who's never there.
I'm more intrigued about the reaction to the match more than the actual match. I think the match itself, we've seen it at 31. It was a hard-hitting match.
It's good. It was very
And this
good.
is going to be better than that.
And I
They're
think, I don't know if it'll be better. I don't know.
Roman's a better wrestler now than he was then.
But Brock might not care.
I'm really intrigued by the match order because if this match does go on last, I think they will have try to have not a classic, but like a 50, like what they had at 31,
If this
just
goes,
a
there needs to be
hard-hitting.
some sort of swerve.
All right, Russo. What I would have AJ and Nakamura close the show just because that has that will send the crowd home happy no matter who wins. Even though AJ might be the favorite and Nakamura might end up winning, I think that ends that. Vince McMahon always likes to send the crowd home happy, and having Roman win, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, do we get WrestleMania 20 all over again? I just want to know what this crowd is gonna do with this match. That's all. Like, I don't even care about the match.
Know. This is Vince's baby right now. You know this. I think he cares more about this than a lot of other stuff right now.
Yep.
What happens with Roman? Because I mean, last year he retires Taker, whatever. 32, he had the coming of age moment, but. I mean, the match with Hunter, it wasn't bad. They
were both gassed within the first 5 minutes.
I give it 3.4. I give it a 3.4 stars.
Give it a 3.
And then of course 31, he had the moment taken from him, and the other Manias, he was with the Shield.
Mm-hmm.
I think he gets booed with the entrance. I think when he hits his spear and Superman punch in certain spots, I believe he might get some cheers.
Okay.
All right, and then. At the end, if he wins in a big way, then the cheers might come. There's still, of course, going to be some boos because
they're just going to mute the crowd at that point if it gets too crazy.
Some people just can't accept it,
Can't accept it. They pay for they cheer who they want to cheer, and if they don't like Roman, they should be pushing Roman as the top guy, or at least have him turn heel, which we all know would be the best thing because. Roman Reigns versus Johnny Gargano at a WrestleMania would make a boatload of money.
A heel Roman with Heyman in his corner.
Ooh, that'd be a good match.
Against a babyface Johnny.
With his wife in his corner.
Mm-hmm.
That's cash in the bank. All right, well, we all say Roman, so.
Big dog.
The big dog.
All right. Well,
we have a lot of different opinions, so there should be no ties.
Should be no ties. Superstar Spotlight. Let's wait until we do the WrestleMania instant analysis.
Just so that we don't steal the thunder from him, I'm gonna say no and say Superstar Spotlight is Buddy Murphy because no one's gonna be talking about him after WrestleMania, but he put on one of the best matches of the week already. To me, it's the best match of the wrestling week so far, and WrestleMania weekend has to beat out Kalisto versus Buddy Murphy. That's how good of a match that was. That was a really good match.
Matt Riddle put on his own show. His own show. I mean, I watched it. The stream was a little crappy, but him versus Minoru Suzuki was amazing. He beat Zack Sabre Jr. for the Evolve Championship.
Yeah.
Haven't seen the match yet, but hopefully it's a really good match. So I'm gonna go with Matt Riddle.
So this is the pre-WrestleMania Superstar Spotlight.
Yeah. I don't think I have a pick.
Okay, you just wait till after WrestleMania.
I'm going to have to wait till after WrestleMania. I'm going to digest all of this wrestling.
I will tell you who my Superstar Spotlight is of the WrestleMania weekend at the
Instant analysis. All right, so my promo pick of the week is a promo video package for Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 30 since today is the 4-year anniversary.
Fair.
I thought that'd be nice. Monster by Imagine Dragons. A great song choice. And my closing match pick of the week, The Ultimate Warrior versus the Macho King, Randy Savage, WrestleMania 7, 1991.
Classic.
I know. It's one of those times where Macho Man, he walked in, everybody hated the guy. He left with Elizabeth, most beloved guy in the locker room. Shout out to the Macho Man. Gave Warrior what I think is the best match of his career.
I think 6 is probably still better.
Nah.
6 is a bigger match.
5 was the best match of Hogan's career. This was the best match of Warrior's career. What's the caveat? The boy, Macho Man Randy Savage.
He's one of the best.
I know.
He's one of my fave.
All right, you can follow us on Twitter at BulletCast. Instagram is The BulletCast. YouTube channel The BulletCast. Facebook BulletCast. We're on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Play. 99.9 K-Dub for you fans in Watsonville.
Shout out Watsonville.
A lot of podcasts are going to be coming this week from this pod,
Keep your ears open.
I don't keep your ears open. We have this. Later today, I'm doing an instant analysis of the WWE Hall of Fame because nobody's doing that. I want to be the first ever,
That's because no one's going to be watching.
Why not,
Everyone's going to be watching, like, Kaiju Big Battle or whatever.
Ooh, I would love if they had a stream. Is there a stream of that?
Yeah, all on Fight. I had tickets for Kaiju Big Battle WrestleMania 31. I didn't go, and I regret it.
I would love to go to Kaiju.
It's a bunch of people monsters fighting in a ring with foam and cities everywhere.
Sounds like the X7, gimmick battle royal. Congratulations.
Hey, that match was amazing too.
All right. Also,
that gimmick battle royal was fun.
Tomorrow night, the first ever NXT Takeover analysis. I'll be doing that with the King of the Hill, Chris, the biggest NXT guy I know. All right, Cody versus Kenny. I will be doing an analysis of that if Cody Rhodes wins.
Oh,
And
so I guess we're not having one.
And of course, you know, I gotta have the main event. You know, the granddaddy of them all. I gotta have a WrestleMania instant analysis with these guys.
We'll be there Sunday night.
All right.
If I'm if I'm not drunk enough,
I will be.
I might not be able to make it because
I will be very drunk.
All right, and this
I
bad
promise
boy's
that.
on the line. My beautiful Bullet Cast Championship.
He's been keeping it warm for me. It's gonna be
Yeah.
great.
By the way, if one of you guys does become the champion, you have to use that foam thing that he has. Austin had the Smoking Skull title. Cody has the ring. I got one of these bad boys.
it's okay. I'll take that one. I'll chuck it in the marine and I'll grab the real title, the foam one,
The true title.
All right, ladies and
the
gentlemen,
OG title.
this has been the Bullet Cast episode. What is it? 62. All right, in 38 weeks, episode 100, I'm gonna retire.
In 7 weeks, 69.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Please go enjoy all the wrestling this week. Any final closing remarks?
A lot of wrestling and UFC and the Masters and baseball and basketball. So much sports this week. It's gonna be amazing.
It is.
It's gonna be great. I'm excited. It's gonna be dope.
All right, go enjoy the granddaddy of them all, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye and good night. Bang.